And in Chile, the second and last election day was marked by the vote of former Mayor Daniel Jaude, finally authorized by the court to be released from house arrest. Let's see.
He is sitting at a desk, and although he is still in school, this time he had to be a voting officer at the age of 18. That's why he brings a ball, to play in the free time he thought he would have. But these elections give no truce. There are a lot of votes to count and verify. Like him, his young table mates are also responsible for this electoral act in Chile. It is their first time participating, and they face two fierce proxies of political parties that supervise every movement. It is what they must do, even if others are kinder than them, like Don Fernando. At 84 years of age, although he is there to defend the votes of his coalition, his civic spirit is to defend democracy.
We guarantee that in the election we verify that the vote corresponds, that it is signed correctly, and that it reflects the will of the person who voted, and if there is any conversation necessary to clarify something, we leave it to what the law indicates and we follow the procedures of the law.
If the preference marked is not clear, the debate will begin, and it is almost always the null votes that are the most discussed, because if a scratch marks an option, the most passionate proxies will try to add it to their candidate. This will not be the case of Constanza. She made sure to nullify her ballot without any doubt.
I stopped voting because it was not mandatory, and once it was mandatory again, I came back to vote. I don't think anything can happen. I have no hope that this will change. The truth is that I want to go and live in the countryside, far away from everything.
But there, in the countryside, she will also have to vote. In Chile, suffrage is obligatory under threat of a fine. And while Constanza is looking for ways to avoid it, there are others who, even in provisional detention, are looking for ways to vote. There are so many politicians and celebrities imprisoned in Chile today that this was another of the issues that marked the day. The former reality girl and former mayor of Maipú, house arrest for embezzlement, had legal permission but did not go.
I am making this video because I find it incomprehensible that the media and the press are once again at my doorstep announcing a news that does not exist. I could not go to vote at the authorized time.
Daniel Jaude, the former communist mayor investigated for the unpublished popular pharmacies in Chile, had no problem receiving the press at the door of his house, where he is being held in preventive custody. In fact, his arrival at the precinct was accompanied by hundreds of supporters who condemned his persecution and celebrated his attendance to vote.
It is important to highlight the fact that someone from the Third Guarantee Court has corrected the arbitrariness of Judge Munoz, who, after 5 days, tried to prevent me from exercising a constitutional right, such as the right to vote.
A long day that extends with a slow count for the positions of mayor, regional councilors, councilmen, and governors, marking the public interest in the positions that will administer the capital and the most important cities of the country.
It is the citizens who do the weighing when it comes to making choices. Their voice is the one that matters on a day like today, not the predictions that we, the authorities and analysts, can make.
It will be necessary to see which political coalitions are the most punished in the midst of the apathy that forces citizens to this minimal democratic participation. Mark with a pencil.
TeleSUR, Chile.